Yes, we're live on YouTube now, and you're being live streamed. So, hello, YouTube. There's only 3 of us in here. Uh, okay. Okay, so we can start by presenting ourselves, and I'm going to start. My name is Yara. I am a friend. I'm a French. I'm not French. I'm a host of the French meetings, and I'm a chemical engineer. But I work in a company that works with robots, like chatbots, and intelligence of communication. It's very cool. Today I'm in Mariana, in Minas Gerais. I'm 25, and I'm very happy to talk with you today. Gabriel Lino, could you present yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm Gabriel. I'm 20 years old and I live in São Paulo.
Thank you, Gabriel. Gabriel Avelino, could you present yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm 26 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro, Duque de Caxias. I'm a data engineer, and that's it.
Oh, very cool. Welcome, Lucas and Miriam. I'm gonna send some of you to the room 3. Kuzaya, could you present yourself, please?
Yes, I can. My name is Kuzaya. I am from Angola. I am 27 years old. I am married and I'm here for improving my listening skills.
Oh, that's so cool to have people from outside Brazil in here. Welcome, and I hope you have a good time. And last but not least, Lucas, could you present yourself, please?
You?
Yes, you?
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Lucas. I'm from Brazil. I live in Manaus, Amazonas. I'm a student. I'm 19 years old.
Okay, there's more people coming. Thank you, Lucas. The sessions in English have a lot more people than the French ones, so I get a bit crazy because there's people coming all the time. I don't know if everyone have the questions, so I'll send them again. Okay, they are on the chat. Okay, so the first question, the second question is, do you like to talk about politics and why? Anyone want to start? Okay, so I can start. I like to talk about politics, but when I know I'm in a like safe space, because I think that conversations can get heated, even if they're not like polemic or anything. People can discuss over, I don't know, water. You know, you like to drink water with bubbles or water with like pure. People can discuss through anything. So with politics, it's a serious thing. It affects the life of a lot of people. So it can get heated very easily. But yes, if I know that I'm with people with open minds, they don't need to agree with me, but they need to be open to change their views on things, you know. It's a thing that I like to talk about because affects our lives and the life of the ones we love. And yeah. What about you, Kuzaya? It's Kuzaya. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yes, it's Kuzaya. It's correctly.
Oh,
Okay.
Também tô triste.
And what do you think? Do you like to talk about politics?
I don't normally talk about politics because I think it's a sensitive topic. It's a polemic topic because everyone has yours person opinions about this topic, and yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Thank you, Kuzaya. And Wedson, welcome here. We're talking about politics. I'm going to send the questions on the chat. And you can could you please present yourself and then answer the second question? Do you like to talk about politics and why?
Okay. I am a lawyer working for 6 years. My name is Edson Rodrigues. I had an office last year, but closed because of the pandemic. Answered second question, do you like to talk about politics and
No.
why? No, because I see a lot of corruption, embezzlement of money, lack of honesty, and we have the feeling of lack of security.
Thank you, Edson.
Okay.
Gabriel Lino, what do you think?
No, I don't like talking about politics because I believe when people talk about politics, people fight with each other, and that's too bad. I don't like it.
Thank you, Gabriel. Yeah, it's hard because there's two Gabriel, so I'm gonna call your full names. Gabriel Avelino, what's your opinion?
I like to talk about politics, but it's a difficult subject to talk because each people has a side, has an opinion, a different opinion. So it's a difficult topic, but I like to talk.
Thanks, Gabriel. And finally, Lucas, what's your opinion? Lucas? Oh, he's frozen. I think he is having some trouble with his connection.
Yeah.
Lucas, you there?
Connection is low.
Okay, we can go to the next question and then he answers this one. He's frozen for me. I don't know if he's frozen for you guys too. Yeah, I guess he's frozen. But so the third question, how do you deal mentally with a lot of information about politics in your city and country? And that's hard because I think that there's a lot going on with politics in a lot of places, but here in Brazil, we could like write a fiction and it would sound like it's fake because there's so many absurd things that happen in here and they happen very fast too. Things change. So, for example, with Corona, the news about Corona, which is like there's politics involved in this kind of news, right? It was hard for me to take this information daily because it was always on every social media, on the newspapers, everywhere. And I stopped for a while because it was crushing. It was crushing my head to hear about that and always being worse and worse all the time. But yeah, I think it's really hard to keep track because I don't know, you have your ideology, and that's one thing. And there's like the people who represents your ideology, but they are human. They make things that you wouldn't like for them to make. So even if they think things the same as you, they possibly will do things that you don't like. So it's really hard to keep track if the politics are doing good things, if they're, you know, it's really hard. It's massive news. So I try to consume what I can, but I'm human. I am limited. I can't know everything. I can be aware of everything. So with what I don't know, you know, keep calm and and that's it. I can do anything about it. But what do you think, Gabriel Avelino?
I actually I didn't I don't listen something about politics. Uh, in the other side, I like to talk, but when I have to choose, when I have uh, to do to participate in an election, I uh, uh, I I can I don't know I
Sorry for that.
I don't know, I forgot.
If you are looking for a specific term, you can ask.
Mm,
But maybe you forgot even in
okay,
Portuguese, because that happens.
when I participate in an election, I find for some information, but I always want to know all the sides about the information, but I have a side, uh, so that's what I do in the some in the specific moments, but actually I don't want uh, to find about it because
Like,
I'm finding to know about other topics about my profession. So I usually I usually don't lose time with this.
yes, massive information is general, right?
Yeah, we have to choose what we will get
I forgot.
in
Yes.
all the data in the web.
So Lucas, you're back. You were frozen
Yeah,
for us. Your connection is
we,
better.
yeah, I'm back again.
Okay, awesome. We are answering the third question, but if you prefer, you can answer the second and the third. What do you think? Because the second is, do you like to talk about politics? And then, how do you deal with the information about politics here in our country? Because it's just a lot. So what do you think?
I about politics, I don't like it talk about this. I I don't like. It's my opinion.
Okay. And how do you deal with the information that we receive, right? Because we receive a lot of information about politics, whether we like it or not, we receive it. So how do you deal with that?
Conseguindo ouvir.
What? You can listen. Are you guys listening to me? Okay. Well, we can go to the next person. So, Kuzaya, you have a different perspective because you are in another country. I think that's so cool. And what's your opinion? How do you deal with the information?
For me, it's also a little bit difficult to deal with this information, with political information, because politics is part of our life. It's part of society. For example, when I am on social network, I came up this information about politics. I can't hide from political information, but I think it's not bad at all. We just need to hear the information that we like. That's it.
To filter the information. And what about you, Edson?
Okay, I watch little news to know which laws is based for benefit my clients or customers. We have to be updated.
So you like read a lot about the topics, and you find it hard to keep on track with everything that is happening.
I am a lawyer. I like watch notice of the law.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, and we can go to the next question. What do you think about the paper of social media in politics and mental health? Well, I can start. I think that, media should try to be impartial, but I don't think that's even possible because I think that, every person who compounds a newspaper or a magazine, the writers, the people who make the design, they have their opinions, they have their sides. And I think it's hard for it to keep it neutral. But but they should try. I think that there are a lot of media forms that don't even try to be neutral. They are very open about sides, and news can be told in a lot of ways, right? But they should try remain neutral. It's hard, but it should try. And about mental health, I think that the previous question talked about lots of information. I think that already messes with our mental health because it's so much we can process everything. It's not just the information, right? We have a life, and there's a lot of things to do, and there's the misinformation. So, but anyway, yeah. I don't think that I even have a conclusion, but it's important the quantity of news and info in general affects our lives. Gabriel?
I didn't answer the second question, so I don't usually read news. I prefer doing other things. But when I read something on the internet or when I watch something about politics on TV, sometimes I get a little confused about a lot of information, because there are a lot of information about politics. So one person says something and another person says another thing, so it gets us confused.
Yes. You're talking about the third question.
Actually, the third. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So can you continue to the fourth, because I had finished, so I was gonna call someone. Could you answer the fourth too, about the
Yeah,
paper?
I can. What do you think about the paper of social media and politics and mental health? That's a tough question. As I said, I don't read a lot of information about politics, but from my point of view, social media needs to be careful about sharing information about politics, because, for example, if the social media Facebook shares a fake news, and for example, one person receives this fake news, so this person can share with a lot of people, and a lot of people can receive the wrong information also. So social media needs to be careful about sharing this kind of news.
Thank you, Gabriel. And you, Edson, what do you think? What do you think about the paper of social media in politics and mental health?
Okay. I believe that social media in politics must have a balance. I don't watch much. As for mental health, if we watch a lot of negative information about politics, it doesn't do any good, because the objective of the media.
Thanks, Edson. And what about you, Gabriel Avelino?
I believe social media in the political context is a good way to share fake news. But we can see something good in this topic. But as a citizens, I believe we have to filter a lot of information that we will receive, and we receive now. And about politics, that's it. About mental health, I don't know. I only, in my opinion, I only filter the context that I see, that I want to see. That's it.
But can you are able to filter everything?
Not everything, but in the social media, they are algorithms that shows to you contents that you want to see. So we can choose the topics that we want to see or not.
It helps to filter, right?
Yeah.
That's another theme, but it also puts us on a bubble, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah. I believe it depends on the moment, because as I talked before, I when I focus in another topic, in another way to my life, I don't see a lot of content in the social media. So that's a way to improve my time. I don't know.
yes, sure. Sometimes I have the impression that the people around me have very close opinions, but when I look to the outside, when I talk with people I don't used to talk, oh no, people in general think so many different things. In elections, as an example, since we're talking about politics, it's really hard because the opinions of the people who are near me are not the same of the opinion of the Brazil in general, like in the media of what Brazil thinks. It's not the same of necessarily the same of the people who are around me.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm on a bubble. I'm pretty sure I'm on a bubble. What about you, Kuzaya? What do you think about the paper of social media in politics and mental health?
I think sometimes I feel negative information or negative news from media can can be highlighted to people's decreased mental health because they are not neutral. Sometimes they give us negative information, and people can sometimes feel on pressure, and it's a little bit difficult to deal with this information. In my case, I prefer don't watch news because normally I can't receive positive things from this, but that's it.
Thanks, Kuzaya. So the fifth question. Um, also, I think that there is a baby with Kuzaya in there. It sounds like a cute baby. So the fifth
Yeah.
question. Give her. I think it's a her. So give her a hug for us because she sounds very cute. Uh,
Okay.
but the fifth question: if you avoid the news, and some of you avoid the news, are you protecting your mental health or neglecting the political situation? Are you closing your eyes for the political situation? Maybe both, right? So what do you think, Gabriel Lino?
I'm sorry. What does avoid mean? I think it means ignore, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's kind like ignore, like run away from, you deflect the thing. But yeah, it's kind of like ignore.
Okay, so if you avoid the news, are you protecting your mental health or the political situation? If the news is false, I'm protecting myself. If I know the news is true and I don't care about it, I'm neglecting. I can't pronounce this word. I'm getting in the way of me to do some things, you know.
Thanks, Gabriel. And what do you think, Kuzaya? You told us that you try not to watch the news. So you think that when you avoid the news, when you don't read the news, etc., are you more like protecting yourself and your mental health, or you are neglecting the situation?
No, I think I'm protecting my mental health because I need to have a good mental health to live and to take care of my baby. That's it. I need to avoid some negative information, some false information if necessary.
Yeah. I think that for my case, when I avoid, I think it's both, because sometimes it's just too much to process. And I'm one person. What I do makes some difference, but I'm not like a powerful person who can like change things out of a sudden or anything. So I think that sometimes I have the right to close my eyes and worry about other things. But in general, it's good if you are keeping up with the political situation, right? But yeah, I I say this a lot, but I think that we have our limitations and we can like change everything, nor be aware of everything. It's really hard. But what do you think, Wedson?
I prefer close my eyes, né? Negative notícias. I'm protecting my mental health because the news only shows tragedies, betrayals, crimes. Watching too much, I believe, is not good for the mind. It leaves people afraid, trapped inside the house.
Thanks, Wedson. And what about you, Gabriel?
I believe I protect my mental health, but there are absurds as we saw, as we see in Brazil. So avoid the news is not sufficient. Is not sufficient to don't see the news because there are absurds that came to us without find it. So
Yes, that's very true, right? Because politics affects our daily life. So, the laws can prohibit you to do something or allow you to do something, and the prices of things affects your life.
yeah.
Yeah, having like being employed or being unemployed, it's politics and it's part of your life. So yeah, there are a lot of things that even if you close your eyes, you will see. Yeah, very good point. Um, so the sixth, do you vote? And if so, do you feel pressure by making a choice that might influence the future of your city or country? Yes, I vote. There's a few years. um, and yes, I do feel pressured. And there's like things as the votes to deputados here in Brazil that when you ask the person who did they vote to senador or deputado and things like that, they don't remember. They do not know, like on the next election, like 4 years ago, who did you vote? And the person doesn't remember. And I think that's and it's not something that happens with one person. It's a general behavior. Uh, we forgot. We usually remember like the president, the governor, the mayor, but we forget the vereador, senador, and deputado. I don't know the exact translation for these words in English, so I'm saying them in Portuguese. But when it's the election time, I try to search and like read the plans, but it's really it's not a good job to do because there's things that are impossible that people say they will do and it's impossible, and there are plans who are very badly written. And even if you want to say, oh no, I'm going to read about everyone because I want to give it a try, I want to know what every candidate is trying to say, is trying to do, that some of them are lying. So you won't, read about them because you won't vote for them. But it's really hard because you're not 100, you can't be, in my opinion, you cannot be 100% sure that the candidate will do the things that they say they will do, and if these things are good. So you are believing on someone's promises, but you don't know if they are going to do it, nor if he or she does, it will be a good thing. So yes, it's a huge weight that we have. And I think that it's important to vote, even if you don't like the candidates. I don't know if that's a polemic opinion, because I know that there are people who doesn't like to vote. They vote like white, white vote, or voto em branco. I don't know if it's white vote the name, but I think it's important. Even if you don't think that there is a good one, try to vote on who you think it's less worst. But yeah. And what about you, Edson?
Okay. Yes, I vote. We are free to choose a candidate or not because the vote is private. The problem is that there are no good candidates to choose from.
Yeah, it's very, very hard to choose. In general, what do you do to choose? How you make the decision, Edson?
Would you please?
Oh, repeat.
Would you
When
repeat?
you were gonna vote to someone, when it's election time, what do you do to choose? Do you search? Do you, I don't know, watch debates and things like that? What do you used to do?
Yes, I choose because history of the candidate. I I prefer road because because I don't forgot numbers. Okay. I'm learning speaking English.
No, and you're doing very well. The idea
Sorry.
here. Oh, no, no sorries required. You're doing very well. But okay, thanks, Edson. What do you think, Gabriel Avelino?
I I vote when we in election in an election, I'm not a pressure to making a decision. I usually check the history of the candidates, but high candidates like presidents or governors. The others positions in election, I usually don't check. Only the city, the city I do the same. I check, but it's a difficult situation. It's a difficult process because there is a lot of candidates. In the other side, we have to choose specific candidates who I don't know the name, partidos in English, I don't know.
Party. It's party. It's funny, right? It's party, like in
Party.
festa. Party.
So we have to choose specific candidates that parties selected from us. So I believe we don't have a good way to no good way much, but we don't have a good election in general. So what I do usually, I check the project, what the purpose, the candidates propose to us. In the last election, we don't have proposed.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Gabriel. And Kuzaya, you there?
I think our decisions can influence or affect our future, but about voting, I don't vote because of my beliefs, religious beliefs, but I am respectful when someone decides to do it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thanks. And Gabriel?
Yeah, I vote. And well, I forgot the question. Oh, no, I don't feel pressure by voting in someone, because when it's an election moment, I always look up on the internet some things about the candidate, and if I like the candidate, I vote in the candidate. But I don't know if the candidate is good or not. So if he or she does something that is not good for the country, it's not my fault. But I always read some things about the candidate.
Thanks, Gabriel. I think that I'm going to call the guys from the breaking rooms. But while I do that, we can answer one more question. And the last one, the 10th. It's hard to do this. But the last question, is mental health a political issue? So, is it? Does anyone wants to start?
I can start. I believe mental health a political issue. I can't understand this question. Is mental?
It's like a problem of sanity and safety. Like hunger, for example. If there are people hungry in your country, it's a political problem. But should the government like interfere to do something for the mental health of people? Like programs to I don't know,
Okay.
influentiate people to take care of their mental health and things like that.
I believe that's not a political issue. Mental health, I believe, is an issue, but I believe problems with mental health is an issue, but in the other areas, not political.
Like it's more of a personal thing.
Yeah, that's it.
We have a few seconds, Gabriel or Edson. Do you want to answer?
Last question.
Yes, the last question.
Okay, I understand. I believe it's personal. Currently, everyone has the freedom to choose what they want to watch.
Thanks, Edson. People are back. I believe that everyone is here already. And I want to know how it was for you guys. I think that personally in here, it's not an easy thing to talk about. You can go in a lot of ways when you talk about politics and things that are related to politics. But let me see. Patricia, what do you thought of the meeting today?
The meeting was amazing, and this type of this subject is very interesting, and the same time, in another hand, it's a hard subject to talk about. So especially in the Brazil scenario, but it was a good conversation.
Thanks, Patricia. I agree with you. it's interesting and hard. And Josuel, what do you thought of the meeting?
Okay, I enjoy a lot because we in the conversation about politics in your country, and I can and acquire vocabulary about that subject.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks,
Nice.
Josuel.
Thank you.
And what about you, Fabiola?
I liked the conversation. I was in the Patricia group and we talked a lot. And I like to see other opinions about the subject. Always respect others, so it was really good.
Thanks. We still have a few minutes. Does anyone wants to add their opinion on any issue? It's an open table now. Well, I think that we could answer a question. I don't know, Gabriela, your group did all of the questions?
No, not yet. I think the last question, the two last questions don't answer.
Okay.
But it's about the time everyone can answer. I think Ana can answer, Ana Rodriguez can answer a few questions because internet issue. But yeah, I think the topic is really great, and I like to talk about that. Like sometimes no, because I I want to preserve my mental health. But in this case, the conversation is so fluid, and yeah, it's so respectful, and the opinions is like the same in some questions. But yeah, I really appreciate it.
I think that when people are on the breaking rooms, they can get more specific on things, right? I do that too.
Yeah, the persons want to talk more, and like
They
it's
can
more
cite
comfortable.
names.
Yeah, like that.
But well, we're finishing today, guys, and I hope you all had a good time. Thank you so much to be here. On the next week, Ana Clara will be here again. And if any of you wants to talk in French, I'll be there on Thursdays, every Thursday at 8 a.m. But that's it. If you want to give us some feedback, you can do it on the Telegram group or on the video on YouTube. And talking about YouTube, bye bye, YouTube.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.
And bye, guys.
See you.